All right, last thing.
God damn it.
All right, so we got Cameron. We've talked about Cameron on this channel before. So Cameron, I will go so far as to say Cameron is also a friend of the channel. So Cameron made a very subtle, short comment on an Instagram post of a photo shoot with Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. If you're looking on our little thing here on the right side, you can see that photo shoot. That's one of the pics from the photo shoot. In my opinion, looks a little sus. But Cameron, you know, he said something real subtle, and now people are kind of, you know, mad at Cameron for what he said. So this is an excerpt from Vibe online. We'll go ahead and read a little bit of this article. Of course, this link is also in the description of this video. It says Cameron faces backlash for remarks on Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors photo shoot. Cameron is facing backlash for comments made regarding photos of Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. On Saturday, which was April the 8th, the Harlem rapper, who's 47 years old, uploaded to Instagram 2 photos of the Creed 3 actors in close proximity, taken from a photo shoot accompanying their feature in the New York Times. The first photo, a black and white image, features the 2 men posed with Majors hugging Jordan as they both look forward into the camera. In the second image, the men rest their heads on each other, again looking ahead. Quote, "The reason I don't go see Creed," wrote the Get 'Em Girls rapper in the caption. So that's, you know, let me see if so that's one of the photos there. You know, you can go ahead and check out the other one for yourself. So, you know, that camera, that's literally all Cameron said. And the article continues, while Killer Cam was not explicit in his reasoning, the comments challenged the rapper's stance on masculinity due to Jordan and Major's friendship being portrayed through the intimate photo shoot. Award-winning songwriter Skills shared his own post combating Cameron's line of thinking. Quote, "We are our own worst enemies," scratching my head. "I tell all my homies I love them. Why? Because I do. Sometimes it throws them off, but I don't care. I'm going to keep saying that ish. Tomorrow ain't promised. We all getting older, man, and death is definitely certain. It's already hard enough out here for black men as it is, bro," wrote the battle rapper to begin his lengthy caption. "You can't even show love or accept it without your own trying to make it out to be something else. I don't know Michael B. Jordan, but I know losing Chadwick was hard on him. Cause shit is hard on all of us. We clowned that man before he died, not even knowing how sick he really was. Maybe Jonathan came into Mike's life when he needed a friend, a bro. How come men can't have healthy relationships with other men without their masculinity or sexuality being questioned? I put up a post last week saying, quote, black men, it's okay to smile in your pictures, and got nothing but dudes saying, nah, I don't do that ish. Skills, you don't do what? Smile? You don't see nothing wrong with that? Man, the times we living in, goofy AF. And that's his caption. So y'all can go ahead and check out the rest of that. So Skills. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who Skills is, and there's the nice little cute little bromance photo again for anyone who wants to see that again.
Bromance.
For anyone who doesn't know who Skills is this guy who's been around for a long time. The most notable thing that he's known for is at the end of every year, he makes the recap of the year freestyle rap song. So at the end of the year, every year he comes out with 2021 recap or 2022 recap. And it's a freestyle where he just goes through everything that's happened throughout the year. But it's kind of a funny track where he throws his little twist into it and makes fun of it and his jokes and stuff like that. I don't know Skills for anything outside of that. That's all I know Skills for. But, you know, he took the time out to comment on Cameron saying, this is why I didn't go see Creed 3. So we got all kind of stuff going on here. Masculinity and sexuality and all of this other stuff. Are you team Cam or are you team Skills?
Oh, I'm Cam. I'm Cam. All right. And I didn't even know Skills said that. I mean, I like Skills. I think he's a fun guy, and his end of the year wrap ups thing are clever enough to know that this guy gets a lot of things in life. So the last one I seen was the one in 2020. But this conversation is reminding me to see if he made anything in the last couple years. But no, I'm with Cam on this. I saw this photo. First of all, I don't watch any of the Creeds, so sue me. Sorry, guys. But I damn sure wasn't gonna watch this one. And so, because I saw these, first of all, I didn't even know who Jonathan Majors was. So the first Jonathan Major photos I saw was when he did that Zesty photo shoot where it's supposed to be emulating some anime character, whatever, dude. And so that was zesty enough for me. And then I saw this photo with him and Michael B. Jordan just looking intimate, as the article said. My dad this morning, he was reading some article. My dad reads the paper, Yahoo, like this is Cameron guy. And then then he sees the photo. He goes, "Whoa, hey, when did they do this?" You're like, what is that? And I said, "Bruh, I don't know what." I said, "I seen that photo too." And he's like, "Well, I don't know about this. Why are you hugging him from behind like that?" And I'm like, "Bruh, I don't know." Look, in other culture, men embrace each other. Men embrace each other in a way that in America we would say that that's gay. Culturally, we're in America, and there is a certain way that we conduct ourselves culturally. It's not that you can't do something like this and be straight, but culturally it doesn't add up when everything that we're used to looking at, if you do have love with your dog, there's a certain way of posing with him to say, hey, these guys are friends, they're together and they doing their thing. This says to me that we're more than friends. And the thing that Skills is talking about where Chadwick Boseman and stuff like that, and we didn't know how sick he was. No, we didn't. I knew that those two were friends and they were close, but how close were they? Because if you were that close to another man and then that guy passes away, RIP, I ain't making fun, but then you just come over here and hop dicks. And as Cameron say, pause. But this is a pause photo. And how am I supposed to feel about this? So when I first saw it, I thought it was extremely what's the word? I don't want to get canceled. It just looked funny. But what about you, man? I mean, yeah, two black men can embrace each other, man, but you ain't gotta embrace them from behind, and you damn sure ain't gotta rest your hand right on his chest. So how about you, sir? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, it's the composition of the photo.
Yeah.
Like when you initially sent me this, I was ready to be not with Cam. I was ready to be like, cause Cameron is a rapper, right? So the before I saw the photo, I was prepared to be anti-Cam on this because I was prepared to get on my soapbox about how I think some of the behaviors and norms that we conform to that matriculate from hip hop culture are damaging for the black community at times. And so I do think that there are certain elements within hip hop culture that black society as a whole have adopted, such as hypermasculinity. These are things that have come from the music and from the culture around the music that I think have done more harm than good. So I thought that was the place that Cam was speaking at it from, just straight hypermasculine hip hop mumbo jumbo. And so from that standpoint, I was ready to be like, Cam needs to relax. Because we need to kind of move away from a lot of these hip hop tropes. Then I saw the photo. And once I saw the photo, I said, yeah, I'm kind of with Cam. I kind of agree with him because it's like, why does the posing have to be in that way? See, and here's the thing, and I talk about this often. What we're trying to do is deconstruct gender roles and masculinity and femininity. We're trying to deconstruct them down to their bare bones
Yeah.
so that we can just redefine what that means for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a part of that. So, and I'm not trying to tell people what they should and shouldn't think. I'm just asking the question, are gender roles really the worst thing in the world? That's a question that I would ask if we were dealing with a topic where it became apparent to me that people are just trying to make this whole, reduction of gender roles a thing. I would be like, what's so bad about them? Why don't they make sense? Can you explain that to me? And for this, I'm saying, why do we have to are our traditional ideas of what constitutes reasonable masculinity, are those things that we really need to do away with? What's so bad about those? Because those traditional ideals would say this kind of a photo is a bit suspect. It's a little curious, like, and we don't have to go from one extreme to the next. Like, if I can sit up here and say some of this stuff that we conform to when it comes to our behaviors with the rap and the hip hop culture and all of that kind of stuff, we need to dial some of that back and sort of position ourselves in more of a neutral stance. Then I can also say that neutrality would denote that we can do things like hugged from the side, pounds. I don't mind a dude saying I love you to another dude.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But we're talking about over the shoulder, facing the camera, like a loving embrace. Those things to me are kind of suspect. And I feel like they are trying to purposefully rewire our brain
Right.
to glean masculinity in a different light.
Right.
And my response to that is, why do we have to do that? Why?
Right.
Why? What's the point? Like, I can have an appreciation for their relationship if they pose in a more masculine, neutral way than that.
Thank you.
I'm going to get the same point is going to come across to me.
That they're friends.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm going to I get the picture.
This says that they're lovers.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, though. What they want us to do is get that. They want us to rewire our brain to look at that and not think they're lovers. That's they want to deconstruct it. I'm telling you, this whole situation, like, there are so many elements out here that are trying to impress upon us as humans that gender neutrality and sexual neutrality is the wave. And I'm saying, why do we have to do that? That's my question. Why? What message are you trying to send by capitulating to a photo shoot where the pictures look like that? Like, explain that to me. Now I know the answer to the question. It's rhetorical, but I'm saying that's the point. And so I'm siding with Cameron. That is suspect.
It is.
Now, I'm not gonna go see Creed 3, but that's because I don't really watch movies like that no more, unless it's it has to be an event for me. I gotta, it has to be a big deal for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna go watch this movie. That's just not something that I fit into my life agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna see the movie regardless. But if I was planning to see it and I needed a reason to perhaps not see it, this would give me that reason.
Mm-hmm.
It would. Mm-hmm. It would. And so that's the only question that I pose to those who would say, why you got to look at it like that? Why can't two men, do this? And why does it have to question masculinity? Because it just does, bro. I'm sorry, but it just does. Unless you want to, jump on the side of us completely deconstructing, any sort of semblance of masculinity to begin with. I'm not on that side. I'm on the side of masculinity makes sense. Femininity makes sense in the traditional sense. Gender roles make sense. These things exist within the ecosystem of human existence for a reason. And unless it's truly broken, I don't see a need to fix it. And they're sitting here trying to fix it with this kind of stuff. And, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. So yeah, I'm Team Cam. I was ready to be Team Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, and then I saw the picture, and I said, you know what? Can't really rock with this.
Oh man, and I was about to say something, but yeah, man, you you hit the nail on the head, man. And as far as the deconstructing thing, they feel like they do have to deconstruct because the patriarchy is toxic, and all of this toxic masculinity needs to go away. And part of toxic masculinity is calling images like this suspect.
Yeah.
So an image like this is deemed as powerful, artistic,
Heroic.
heroic.
For real. For real. For real.
Heroic because they're brave. Two heterosexual males embracing themselves like this.
Allegedly.
You know, I know, shattering norms. They are brave for doing this, and they're sparking a necessary conversation here in America. Yeah, that's what they want me to believe. Hey, everybody that's about to say that I'm overreacting, I'm already where you're at. So every argument you have, I already charted that. So when I'm charting your argument and I make mine, I'm already acknowledging yours. I already know where y'all gonna come from and tell me that I'm tripping. I already know that. So here's what I'm about to say to that. So y'all trying to deconstruct masculinity in America. For what reasons? Because the patriarch is toxic, right? Okay, fine. So if you continue to deconstruct these things, what do you think is going to happen to the men of the future? Men's duty on this planet, right, is to serve and protect. And in order to, now I'm not saying that you can't be zesty and serve and protect, but it's not just images like this. It's the Dylan Mulvaney stuff. It's inclusion stuff. It's all of this stuff all mixed in one pot. Then you have a child who is young with a fertile mind and very impressionable. Now they're going to grow up with these Bud Light commercials, these types of images, and then they're just going to grow. They're going to grow up being people who don't defend, who just want to just live socially and be able to do whatever they want to do socially. All of this stuff that we're witnessing right now is so people can just do whatever the hell they want.
Yes, social anarchy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you bring that up every week.
Yeah.
And with social anarchy, it's basically social decay. And with social decay, at that point, you don't even have a country anymore. Your country is ready for the taking. And so, right, so the least amount of men you have, the least amount of women you have, because we're not just targeting masculinity, we're also targeting femininity as well. So when you have these powerful creatures known as men and a powerful creature known as a woman who don't know who they are, then they can't hold up and sustain a society. And right now, the decline of America is due to the fact that men don't know who they are and women don't know who they are. I said earlier in my opening thing that in other countries, men embrace themselves in other countries similar to this, maybe even closer. The point I'm trying to make is we don't live there. So this is telling a different message to Junior when he's looking at this. Oh, I can embrace my friend like this. Hey, you know, Birdman and Wayne. Why can't these two kiss each other? They're heterosexual, right? When is it going to stop? Where's the line? So I feel like you said, this stuff is blurring the line. At some point, a line has to be drawn in the sand and go, nah, that's too much. I know JV went since 7th grade. So I was 12, 13 years old. All right. We ain't never taken no picture like this. You hear me? I love this dude. There's no reason for us to do that. We could take a solid picture. Just, you know what I'm saying? We could smile. We could be smiling together. But we ain't got to be doing all this. I got 3 older brothers. I love those guys to death. I'm not taking a picture like this with my brothers. it's what are you doing? So I told my dad when he was out, he was like, what is that? And I said, hey man, he said, man, I thought Michael B. Jordan was, I thought he was, yeah. I'm like, bro, he in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You don't direct your own Creed 3 without playing ball or juggling balls. So when you compile, now see Michael B. Jordan, I just left him alone. All that corny stuff and all that stuff, we already dealt with that. Right. I never called his sexuality into question until I saw these images. And then, but the Jonathan Major stuff, if you see those pictures, I don't know if you did it yet, but if you look at those Jonathan Major pictures that he took for, I think Vibe or whatever, it was some magazine, those things was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. So yeah, man, like you said, this heroic image, I'm not buying it. I think this is all Hollywood agenda stuff. And hey, man, we want you guys to, why don't you get a little closer? Hey, just hug him from the back. You know, rest your hand on his chest. Yeah, rub cheeks. Excuse me? It's kind of like, man, high school, and I had to take my high school picture. And they're like, all right, man. So, you know, I'm in there like, all right, I'm about to take this picture right quick. This is going to be immortalized. So I got to look as hard as possible. So I'm like, all right. They're like, no, straighten your back. All right, turn around. All right, face me. All right, smile. And then they took a picture, and I'm looking like some sucker. So these people in this image, I'm pretty sure it was like, all right, get close, do all that, and they're Hollywood checks is gonna be rolling in. But one thing about Majors, and I'll leave this here, Majors is getting canceled for his little faux pas with his woman.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you play ball, you still can't, you can still get canceled.
Yeah.
So, hey man, these people do whatever it takes to get to the top. And when you get up there, you're still skating on thin ice. So yeah, man, wild stuff, dude.
It is wild. And yeah, people, I truly do believe that people just want social anarchy. That's what they desire, is for everyone to just do and say whatever they want and not be held accountable for it. So, you know, as long as you don't judge me, I won't judge you, and we can all live in this judgment-free zone where I'm going to, you know, willfully choose whatever sex I want, whatever gender I want, and I'm going to, you know, blur the lines between masculinity and femininity until there is no line, because that's their goal, is to just completely deconstruct it. They want all semblance of traditionalism to be eradicated because, as you said, they view it as problematic. And, you know, the greatest problem, like the biggest issue with this kind of stuff, and I hearken it back to the Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey stuff. Oh, yeah. Like I knew that this weirdo stuff was headed in direction when that stuff was going on. When Me Too started happening, I knew that this was headed in a weirdo direction, because people are not like, you know, there was a great line in it's not like it's a class. Well, it's a classic movie to me, but it's not classic in terms of winning all of these awards and stuff. But the first Men in Black movie, with Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, I believe that it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just me. Yeah. So there's a part in the first Men in Black movie where you know, Tommy Lee Jones, he plays Agent K. He's trying to recruit Will Smith, Agent J, to be on the Men in Black. And Will Smith is thinking about it, and he's trying to make his decision. And they're sitting on a bench in New York City, and Will Smith asks him, he's like, you know, why all the secrecy? You know, people, you know, why do you hide this stuff? The existence of aliens and all of that kind of stuff. Like, what's with all of the secrecy? People are smart. They can handle it. And Tommy Lee Jones, you know, his response is, the person is smart, but people are dumb, stupid, and panicky. They cannot handle it.
Yeah.
When this Me Too stuff was going on, I knew that it was going to be taken too far, because the person is reasonable and can understand that what Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey did is just creepy behavior, but you don't have to necessarily tether that to their masculinity. But what happened was the movement swept all of this stuff up, And suddenly it became an issue of trying to eradicate masculinity because masculinity in and of itself is inherently toxic. Oh, and how can we see that masculinity is inherently toxic? Look at Harvey Weinstein. Look at Kevin Spacey. Look at all of the rest of these men who are
Right.
out
Yeah,
here
there you
being
go.
sexual harassers and
Mm-hmm.
abusers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, those people are just mentally ill. They're creeps. Their
Right.
masculinity has nothing to do with that. I'm a
Right.
masculine man. I'm not about to go out here and violate a woman.
Right.
But masculinity got conflated with creepy behavior
Yes.
when all of that stuff was taking place. And so now it's been taken to an extreme. And what we're trying to do is deconstruct masculinity altogether. We just want to get rid of it. And we do that by putting popular Hollywood people front and center on social media and in magazines and on TV and in streaming shows doing, gender neutral things like this because we want to create a world where people are because we want to create a world where people say it's like the whole right, left wing versus right wing thing. We want to create a world in which people say if you want to be right, you got to be liberal. We want to create a world in which people say in order to be, this is the way that you're supposed to live as a human. Be gender neutral. Don't acknowledge the existence of being masculine or feminine because that's the wrong way to do it. And that's a part of this thing that we're trying to do where we want to create this social anarchy. Rules and structure exist for a reason. Can some of these things be taken too far? Yes, but life is like that. Everything can be taken too far if not measured and if not regulated and if not safeguarded by responsible people. And I would still argue that the majority of the people out here are responsible. But if you left it up to the whims of the irresponsible social anarchists, you're going to get this. And like you said, then at that point, your society is ripe for the taking.
Yes.
You're ripe for conquering at that point.
Yes.
So and this it's a more grandiose conversation, obviously, but these are themes that I think are inherent in these messages.
Right.
And so I gotta be like I'm Team Cam here. I gotta be because that's suspect. There's nothing wrong with adhering to masculine roles and feminine roles, within reason. This to me is an example of something being taken too far. But that's just what they want. They want to see this whole thing stripped down and being brought to its bare bones. They want to achieve the height of decadence. But you know what happens whenever you reach the height of decadence? Something happens, whether it's a volcano or an earthquake, a tidal wave, whatever you want, lightning strikes, a meteor or asteroid. Pick your poison in terms of cataclysmic event. Whenever a society reaches the height of decadence, there's always an event that takes place that eradicates it so that you can start it anew again. So, I'm not trying to get biblical on people out there, but it is what it is, man. Just everybody out there who's reasonable and y'all out here raising your kids, do not let these corporations or entertainers or Hollywood bully you into believing that you're in the wrong because you're raising your son to be a masculine man and you're raising your daughter to be a feminine woman. Keep doing that shit.
Right.
Okay, keep doing it. Don't let these people or these elements bully you into believing that that's the wrong way to do it because it's not.
And well said, Drew. And why are we only targeting sexuality with all of these breaking things down? It's only sexuality that we have to break all of this stuff down on. We're not breaking any other social norms down. For instance, you shit in toilets. Nobody says you have to shit in toilets. You're not born to shit in toilets. So why are you choosing to do that? We're the only country that basically, the West over here, or whatever. Other countries don't be reusing toilet paper like that. Why do you use toilet paper? So why not just shit in your bed? Why not just shit anywhere you want? Or does there have to be order? So just like how you said, social anarchy for these people is only applying to behaviors that most of these are sexual. And when they're always targeting masculinity, femininity, why are you doing that? Because you're a man? Why you got to do that? Because you're a woman? Why do you have to shit in the toilet? Because you're a human? You know, just shit outside. Piss anywhere you want. That's taking social anarchy to the max. Max out. Why stop? Why follow any rules at that point? If we're all human and divine beings and we're born neutral to everything, so why follow any other rules? Walk out the house naked. Do anything. Why follow some norms but fight tooth and nail to break down others? I scream that there's an agenda out here to target sexuality, period. And by targeting the sexuality, as we mentioned, they make your country ripe for the taking. And so why not just go all the way with the decay? And I would be proud to watch one of these social justice warriors on CNN pull their pants down and shit on stage. At that point, I was like, this person's for real. This is a real anarchist. This person's just saying that I don't have to follow any human rules. I do everything I want to do. But if you just applying it to sexuality, I call cap and I call brainwashing. And somebody told you that you were being true to yourself by doing anything sexually.
Yeah.
So if it's just sexuality, eat anything, do anything, go anywhere. But you have to follow rules. Why break these? So when I'm sitting here and I'm going, hey, man, we done made it this far in human history by heterosexuality. How about that? And y'all trying to break that down? Why? Ironically, around the same time, we're introducing mass forms of AI. And I'll say this is my last thing. You know, I put my tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, go.
They don't need humans, dude. They don't need humans no more. Not when they got robots doing stuff like this. Y'all seen Chat GPT. They don't need humans, man. So AI has gotten this far in 2023. What it's going to look like in 33? Because you ain't going to need nobody at McDonald's, Walmart, none of these places no more. You know, you don't need nothing to cook your food or deliver it no more. So what do they need all these people for? And where they going to go? Chop your dick off then. You know, start taking some hormone replacement then. That way we ain't got to put people in concentration camps no more. So if we promote ideologies, give you Dylan Mulvaney, right? Got your favorite black actors hugged up. We got skills coming to the defense. Yeah, man. Y'all chew on that, everybody that think I'm overreacting.
Yeah, right? I don't think you're overreacting at all. I really don't. Yeah. And again, it isn't necessarily something that we're losing sleep over, but we mean, like, you know, we believe in the stuff that we say, because otherwise we wouldn't say it. But it's a thing where don't just believe that this stuff is coming about and it's happenstance and there isn't something you know, that is being suggested to you in terms of you should live this way because this is the better way to live. And you know, they what the world likes more than anything is a society of people who do not think for themselves. So if you look at everything that you consume, from entertainment to music to books or whatever, and you allow those things to influence your decision making, you're doing exactly what it is that, what did you say last week? You said so that they can have you in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're overreacting at all. And it is what it is, man. It's just, you know, yeah, like if you want to do that kind of stuff, whatever. But stop trying to tear this shit down and make it seem as though that's what everyone's supposed to be on.
Right.
Like,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And stop trying to conflate masculinity with toxicity. Like, they are not mutually inclusive. They're not. Right. They're not. But that's what they're suggesting with this, is that they must inherently be the same. because masculinity is inherently bad and toxic. I disagree with that. I firmly do. So yeah, I'm Team Cam all the way. Um, Not a big fan of this kind of stuff, but whatever. They're gonna keep doing it anyway. I just know how I'm gonna raise my son and my daughter. So,
Yep.
take that up your pipe and smoke it.
And go shit in the park somewhere.
Yeah, you damn social anarchists. Oh God! And with that, man, we're done. We're out of here, man. Conscious Approach, another stream in the books. Appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead and join the tribe, man. Hit that subscribe button. We are inching closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate everybody who has hopped on board to continue this journey with us. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and leave that comment. Let us know what you think about the commentary in these videos. Let us know where you think we're crazy, where we went right, where we went wrong. It is what it is. We ain't sensitive. If you're watching this video on the Meta page, man, do the same thing. Comment, share, like the page, follow it. Do what you do. You can follow me on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. Conscious Approach is also on Instagram at ConApproach, CONAPPROACH. Be on the lookout for the Conscious Approach audio feed wherever you get your podcast fix. And until next time, think for yourself. And I appreciate you supporting this logical content.
Absolutely. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS or on YouTube at Dogon SS. And also on YouTube at Hurricane Dogon. All right. And as I say on every pod, everybody, don't be too high. Don't be too low. Keep it calm. Keep it chill. Keep it player. Don't let anybody get you off your pivot, including Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney. So until the next time, guys, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Go watch the older videos on the channel. Be on the lookout for the uploads. But until next time, we out of here. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace. Go Heat. Damn, what's the score, bro?